ATVs snakes its way in the bottom of Dutchman Draw, a canyon just south of Washington, Utah. This canyon begins the Sunshine Trail, used by ranchers to enter the lower Hurricane Valley from town. Great slabs of rock have fallen over the years from frost wedging and water erosion, forcing ranchers to detour around them in the bottom of the Watch. Soon, Dutchman Draw becomes impassable, and the long climb out becomes necessary. Only one switchback is needed to start the climb into Yellow Horse Flat. Yet before the climb out, one can see the work needed to build this trail in the rock walls still standing after decades of weather. Stan leads the expedition of 11 brave souls, all of whom have some experience, yet some are more timid than others. Once out of Yellow Horse Flat, the group enters Swiss Canyon, a haven for cattle to find water and some grass with which to survive. Ranchers have forged roads to water in order to check on their cattle, but since the advent of ATVs, some paths have been forgotten or neglected and thus deteriorated by water. Those in the narrow canyons have suffered the greatest erosion from neglect. This unnamed canyon once held a water source, most likely fed from Clay Spring at the eastern foot of Seegmiller Mountain. Because the path was so neglected, vegetation all but obscured it. Poor Harley lost the track, but did find passage to the group safely. Our expedition began the climb up the south slope of Seegmiller Mountain to view view a magnificent panorama of Wolf Hole Valley. One can look south, clear to the beginnings of the Grand Canyon over undulating hills and ridges. Pausing only a few moments to absorb the beauty of this harsh landscape, the group continues on up to the top of our trail. Once there, another panoramic view, this time of the lower Hurricane Valley, is proffered up to our eager eyes. With lunch over, the group begins the descent down off the mountain and turns toward home. Descending off the western side of Seegmiller Mountain, the roads are maintained very well. Such a wide and smooth path allows our group to travel at a pretty good pace. With one last count, to ensure that all riders are following, one can look at the beginnings of Quail Draw before returning to the trucks.